Well, so Brent already beat me to the chase on this one, but of course, the image in my mind was, Escape from New York in the 90s, in fact, 1997. New York City is a walled maximum security prison. Breaking out is impossible. Breaking in is insane. And of course, this being the Hollywood interpretation of what New York City is, it was just the island of Manhattan. Forget about anywhere else in the city. Today would probably be Brooklyn and not Manhattan. But it got me thinking, obviously we don't have a wall around us keeping us in, but it is difficult for any of us to get out of the city. It's not an easy city to escape from, and near impossible for a lot of residents. So what does it mean to escape in the city? And so that's really what I'm focusing on here. And probably not an unfamiliar image to any of you, who ride the subway in New York. I'm certainly guilty of this as well. But escape today is as easy as turning on your phone or your iPad and you're immediately somewhere else. And then that, of course, extends into the public realm as well. And so really, what I wanted to focus on is not only escape in the city, but escape in the public realm. And certainly, I'm not advocating for this. But this could be anywhere in New York. But in fact, the image on the right is taken from Sydney, Australia. But it could be New York. The only difference is the direction of the bike lane would be reverse. But so and then I don't know if any of you saw this was sort of improv everywhere. The sort of seeing eye people, to help people cross the street while they continue to watch. And what I really find scary about this is that the people who are participating don't even seem fazed at all. They're just saying, there's nothing wrong with this. Thanks for helping me get across the road. So anyway, for me, it's really focusing on the public realm. This happens to be one of my favorite places to escape to. This is Prospect Park, just taken a few mornings ago. By the way, the fall colors are amazing this year, so I encourage you to get out there. Taking my dog for a walk in the morning is a great form of escape, but not all of us live close to Prospect Park or Central Park or some of these sort of more obvious locations to escape to. And I think what's already been touched upon and what we've noticed just in this immediate neighborhood is that there are a lot of ways that you can create these sort of quick places to escape to, so that you're not taking a phone call in the middle of a major intersection with cars coming at you, but actually providing a place to sit. What a novel thought that is. But not many years ago, there really weren't places to sit in New York. So it's our DOT under Jeanette Sadak-Khan, and certainly us at City Planning, of thinking about ways that we can make the public realm more conducive to escape. And the image on the right, it's not the public realm necessarily, but I just love the sculpture garden at MoMA. To me, it's a great oasis in Midtown and a great place to escape to. And of course, I can't not talk about, recent improvements to the city and not include the High Line. But I think the success of the High Line has actually created a place where people want to escape from rather than escape to, particularly on a nice sunny day. But, this happened to be a really nice sunny day. And even on those sort of crazy, congested days, there's still opportunities to imagine yourself somewhere else. What did I just do?
It's just the bottom button.
And then of course the water, getting people to the waterfront. There's something about the water that really draws people to, and that sense of escape from the congestion of your particular neighborhood, of where you are. And I do think this will be one of the great legacies of the current, for a few weeks anyway, administration, is really reconnecting people to the waterfront. Providing lots of different places for people to be somewhere else. And this is another waterfront example. This is Pier 15 on the East River waterfront. And I took this picture because it just fascinated me how everyone was sort of sitting slightly, the chairs are movable, so people could kind of position them however they want, but they're just slightly apart. So there's a sense of privacy, between you, but it's still within viewable range, and I think that's one of the things that people who live in New York really, they don't necessarily want to escape to the suburbs or escape to the country. They want to have opportunities to be somewhere else among other people. And of course you get the great view looking toward Brooklyn as well, which is nice, but not that everyone's sort of in there, sort of escaping in their own material there as well. And then this is Madison Square Park from the summer. In fact, when we were walking around, somebody mentioned how great it was to have this installation art in the park. It really was pretty phenomenal. And what was interesting to me is how it created these little, places to escape. But just sort of, again, it's sort of like she could be around the corner, but, the positioning of herself so that she could still see others or be seen, but still having a sense of privacy is kind of interesting. And then lastly, just a couple of images of, the sort of spaces. There's been a big push to bring the city to the waterfront, to the edge of the city, but there's a lot of places in the fabric of the city, sort of internal to the city, that are a bit more hidden. The image on the right is the Macy's garage in downtown Brooklyn, and a place that would otherwise be, you wouldn't necessarily want to be there, but just adding some words to the garage, and suddenly it changes the feel of that place. And then the image from Gowanus, which probably to the surprise to many has become such a destination, a place for people who want to be, again, because there's all these sort of hidden moments. I think for me, as we move into the next administration, is sort of thinking about, where are these opportunities, throughout the city.